The recording album was different because I got to spend a year and a half on it, whereas my last 3 records before this, I only spent, I don't know, 20 days recording, and this, I think, 70 days. Recording was done with gospel singers, pan, pipe, flute players, a whole cast of characters, and also the same band that I've been recording with in the past as well. I've had the idea to use pan pipes in songs for 7 years, but I think it was just the first time that it occurred to me that I could really do it this time. And same with gospel singers. I'd often wanted to use them, but, well, it wasn't the right time. I think in the past I always worked on my records sort of with a more formalist approach, where I think those recordings are more a representation of how I would play the songs live in an ideal environment or circumstance, and this record's not like that. I feel like I arranged it in the studio for the first time and not live, and well, I think that's really what separates it from the others. Every record I record, I always sing differently. I think I'm taking a step back from showmanship in general on this record. It's not really written to be performed live. 6s and 7s, I first heard it in a Rolling Stones song where it's Tumbling Dice, and the line is, honey, I got no money, I'm all 6s and 7s and 9s. It's a British colloquialism, you know, British expression meaning in a state of confusion. Hope people don't interpret that I mean that to call the record a state of confusion. I just simply like the way that the words sound. And I thought that's the most important thing about naming an album, is that I like the way it sounds. Hey, things won't be bad all the time now. The songs are more about themes than, well, like stories, because of the way I write lyrics are sort of off the top of my head. For me, my music is like sort of an excuse for me to sort of express my most lecherous thoughts and feelings and inflict them upon the public. My favorite song on the album is Getting Led. I just like the way it came out, especially with the way that the gospel singers sing on it. They sing sort of like, their voices sort of form the sound of a church organ. And I think it's strange how I think the lyrics sort of present like a fatalistic kind of attitude towards life and sort of a theme of submission, but at the same time it comes off, I think, sounding sort of like tender and kind of sweet, and I think that it's, you know, it was exciting to sort of achieve that effect for the first time. I had been writing Morning After Midnight for a while. I had the idea to do this song, Morning After Midnight, like 5 years ago, but that was the only part. Morning After Midnight, that was it. So I had to write the rest. And I've been listening to so much Ray Charles and Rolling Stones, like the Exile on Main Street record, and Leonard Cohen's Death of a Ladies Man, and some stuff that David Bowie had done. All kinds of different things that used a lot of backup singers, and I thought bringing some backup singers at this point wouldn't be too difficult, or wouldn't be too difficult for people to understand, you know, still who I am. The album was recorded by Dan Myers, who's recorded all of my albums since friends of mine. I couldn't have made the record without him, because he's very patient. And I also very much trust him with all the stuff that we do. He never plays it for anybody, which I very much like. You know, I always feel that the recordings are safe with him. I once read a interview with a director where he said that substance is style, and that's sort of become my philosophy.